Baseball's funny, man. 162 is a lot, and then you look up and, of course, it comes down to 162.
This has been such a fun group to play with. I think everybody loves each other, and you spend so much time away from your actual family, but this becomes yours.
I feel like that really taught us who we were, and I feel like that point on was like, here we go.
There is the big hit they have been waiting for.
That ball is good!
It just takes one guy to get us going.
They somehow, some way, come out with the win.
I think that kind of bred the confidence that we can do this.
Alejandro Kirk with a grand slam!
This is why you play. You play for these moments.
There's not a ball player in the world that wouldn't trade places with the Blue Jays. Now, going into the month of September with a 3-game lead in your division, and now for me, it's all up to the players.
September baseball, more of a grind. You're trying to fight through a lot of injuries that you've had throughout the season and being able to try to get through those, and you're trying to do everything you can to win every ball game.
It's what you play for. I think the goal, obviously, for us and for everybody is to play meaningful baseball in September, and that's exactly what we're doing.
Springer hits a high fly ball to left field. It is gone.
That's it.
George Springer is having a career season.
And every game's meaningful throughout the whole year, but when you're in the playoff push, I think you're just trying to be that much more present on every single pitch.
And that's the ball game. Jeff Hoffman picks up the save, and the Blue Jays win a wild one here tonight by a score of 12-9.
Focusing on George set the tone for sure. You know, there's been times since he's been here where it feels like he can kind of put the team on his back a little bit, and he kind of has a track record to do it at this time of year and into the postseason.
Every win and every loss is, there's so much magnitude that comes with it.
Hit high, right field, turning around Marte, it's gone, and this game is tied. Back-to-back homers for the Blue Jays, and Vlad puts them in front 6-5.
Hopefully the team that you're on is in a position where you're playing meaningful baseball, and it's kind of like the last sprint. Luckily, we put ourselves in a position that we're able to control our own destiny, and September's fun.
They come back from an early 5-0 deficit. George Springer, another big night. Kirk homered. Everybody did their share offensively. The Blue Jays beat the Reds 13-9 to take 2 out of 3 in about as chaotic a series as you will ever see.
Every guy that's been here, that is here, has done something to help us win. And I think in spring training, everyone understands when it gets said, it's going to take more than the 26 guys that, start the year to get where we want to go. And I think guys have really kind of embraced that and understand it.
This is a Toronto team that's looking to have a bounce-back season. They went 74-88 last year. They finished last in the American League East.
A lot going on in the Blue Jays offseason. What makes you optimistic about some of the Blue Jays moves, Buck?
Well, man, first and foremost, they have to improve from a 74-win season a year ago, and they've made some moves that make you believe they can be better.
I think there's a lot of guys that want to put last year behind us and have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. What we're capable of, we'll see.
For us, it's not to prove everybody else wrong, it's to prove us right. And I think we knew who we were as a team inside that clubhouse. Obviously last year was last year, but it's over.
It's a funny thing, when you get a group of guys together that ultimately, have one common goal. I think every team says that at the beginning of every year. The guys lived it, and you could tell in conversations we had in the off season and in spring training that they were all on board with whatever it took every single night to try to win. There's special groups and special years that come along where you can kind of see it unfold in real time and see it gain momentum as the season goes.
I think there's a lot of unproven guys, right? So it makes sense that the national media would be not on us. The only thing we can control is how we go about our business, and we knew that we had talent in our locker room, and then it was a matter of people stepping up. There are guys that stepped up that nobody knew about. Lukey has 60-something RBIs. Barger's having a great year. He has 20 homers. Ernie's been doing some special things. Bo obviously had a bounce-back year. So we're getting contributions from people that I guess most outside sources wouldn't expect. So when you put that all together, I think it's given the byproduct of kind of what's been on the field the last 4 or 5 months.
I quietly had a lot of confidence in this group, coming off of a tough year last year. And we knew it was going to take a lot of hard work for other people to believe it. And I think, 94 wins later, people are believing it.
Big weekend in the Bronx. It's a battle for first place.
It is the series everybody has been waiting for.
The Blue Jays are in the driver's seat for sure. They have their fate in their own hands.
I think we've done a really good job of just trying to focus on ourselves and just trying to play clean baseball. When teams were in front of us, we weren't kind of focused on chasing them. We were just focused on playing good baseball. And next thing we knew, we kind of went on that crazy streak, and that kind of really turned things around.
4-1 Blue Jays, 1 out, bases empty, bottom of the second. And the payoff pitch. Called strike 3. Fastball on the outside corner. Chisholm is upset as he had taken 3-4 steps down the line.
Everybody just playing for each other and not really trying to do anything more. I think you've seen it in our offense this year of like, we're just moving the runner over. We're not trying to take the big homer to do that. We're just playing really good baseball. And I think that for us is how you win a lot of ball games.
And that is the ball game as the Blue Jays come in here and play just an absolutely spotless game in every aspect and beat the Yankees 7-1.
And when you get to September with the lead, your stars have to come through for you.
I think there are a couple moments that were kind of defining.
To me, there comes down to a few moments. End of May, and we get swept in Tampa, and we're in Texas, and I think Bo hitting the home run he did kind of let the air out of the balloon a little bit and allowed everyone to take a deep breath.
Both games have been so low scoring. There are some changes, but as we look at the lineup, there's no Bo Bichette. Back tightness, not in the lineup.
Because they haven't scored any runs. 3.83 runs per game. That's just not going to get it done.
Yeah, that was kind of just the start of us, never really giving up and never feeling like we're out of a game. Or we were kind of at a lull offensively, and it was just a huge swing by a great leader.
So now it's Bichette, who obviously hasn't pinch hit all year. He had started every game before tonight. This would be a good time for the first pinch hit of his career. Fly ball, left field, deep, gone! Bo Bichette comes off the bench and hits a 2-run home run here in the top of the 9th.
Talk about a much-needed hit.
Obviously, when you have one of our stars not playing that day and then being able to come in, put his body on the line, and do what he did, that gave us the drive of, if he can do it, we're going to do it too.
And here's the understatement of the night. Boy, did they need that.
Going to Texas and, Bo having that big late inning home run, it kind of put us over the top. Looking back, that was definitely, to me, kind of where we kind of turned the page and really started kind of figuring out what kind of team we are.
Into right field, a base hit. Here comes Bichette. Bellinger comes up throwing, and they got him at the plate. And Bichette a little bit slow to get up and limping and favoring his left leg.
And he looks to be in some pain coming off the field.
His absence is going to be felt. He's Bo Bichette, and he's been great this year.
When I got hurt the first time off my hamstring and when I left, you saw a lot of the guys being able to be who they were, the Addison Bargers, the Miles Straws, the Ernie Clements. They picked up our team. It was literally from 6 to 9. They were picking up our team a lot and being able to produce and help us win ball games. So I thought that was really cool, and they became kind of everyday players for us to be able to go and contribute.
I just think we're all pulling for each other, right? And it's every single night, it's somebody else that's kind of pulling the reins. Somebody goes down, somebody else comes in and contributes. Another person goes down, another person comes up and contributes. Just the amount of trust in each other is so high.
Kiner Falefa will come to the plate with the bases loaded.
A line drive into left, a base hit. Heineman scores. Clement on his way to the plate, and the game is tied. What a moment for Isaiah Kiner Falefa.
Comebacks are part of many things, right? Like we get behind in the game by not producing offensively, and our pitchers keep us in it, or we do what we're supposed to do offensively, give up a couple runs, and then we tack on some more and win that way. So it shows how much of a team we are, and then it just takes one guy to get us going.
As good of an opportunity as they could ask for here. Now Tyler Heineman, and a ground ball to first. Strong coming home, and the Blue Jays win it.
Tyler Heineman, the hero, 4-3 in favor of the Blue Jays, who went into the ninth down by a pair. They somehow, some way, come out with the win.
It's contagious. Once it starts, it doesn't seem to stop, and it's just really fun to be a part of.
Just that mentality of the brotherhood and guys pulling for each other, guys wanting the best. It's a lot different, and it's pure. I think that's the biggest thing. It's easy to fake, but when it's pure, and you can definitely feel it. And it's a special group in there, and I'm so thankful to be a part of it.
It's been this group the entire year. If you let them hang around, I think that they have confidence they're going to come through.
What a big game this is. The Blue Jays trying to win a series. Kevin Gausman hoping to keep that roll going that he has been on.
This is my first real full year with the team going through, so I don't really know what to expect. I know for me personally, I think that I don't think anything changes. I think if you take the same approach that every game matters, every inning matters, every pitch matters, every game is a playoff type game, so that when you get there, you don't have to rise to the occasion. You just basically sink to the level of your training and continue going.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you have to take it day by day. You can't really think too much about what else is going on. You can't look too far ahead, because I think you can kind of shorten yourself by doing that and get a little too comfortable.
And the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 9 punch-outs for Gausman in 8 scoreless innings.
When the crowd saw him come back out of the dugout for the 9th, they let him know how they felt about it.
That's awesome.
99 pitches for Gausman. Staring at Pena, now pitch 100. On the ground at first, picked by Vladdy. He goes to the bat, and Kevin Gausman has pitched a shutout. 6-0 the Blue Jays win. It's a good day to be a Toronto Blue Jay and a great day to be Kevin Gausman, who leads them to a series win.
I mean, listen, we haven't done anything yet. We still need to win games, and that's the most important thing right now. So for me, the focus is we need to win the division, not just get to the postseason, so that way we can kind of set everything up. There's a lot of different things that winning the division helps, and that's our focus right now. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like every home game we've played for a while now felt like a postseason game. Just the atmosphere, the energy in the building. I'm getting ready to start the game, and people are, cheering for me before I even throw a pitch. That's pretty cool. And as a player, that's, you hope to be in this point of the season where that's still the case.
The electricity and the atmosphere that you want to always compete in, I think, happened at Canada Day weekend against the Yanks, whether it's one-run games, come from behind wins, George hitting a grand slam, to kind of feel the energy, the noise, and ultimately you look up after that 4 games and you say, okay, we're in first place in our division. That too was a big time step in the right direction.
I think it's fair to say the most heavily anticipated series of the season to date for the Toronto Blue Jays begins tonight.
One of them's got to be the Yankee series, yeah. The sweep against the Yankees. I feel like it solidified who we are as a group and our playing style.
A little bit of a playoff atmosphere here at the Rogers Center.
First game that the Yankees are in town this season.
That series was huge. Every game felt like a postseason game.
I think the New York series in Toronto a couple months ago, I think it was a 4-game set, definitely felt like that was the switch. We kind of never looked back after that one.
So the Blue Jays pick up a full game on the Yankees.
The 4-game sweep of the Yankees was special. We had a bunch of comeback wins in that. George had an unbelievable series.
When George hit that homer on Canada Day, that was pretty special. You know, that was definitely a clutch homer from George.
The 2-1 pitch from Luke Weaver. Swing and a high fly ball. Left center field and deep. Back to the wall. It is gone! Grand slam, George Springer!
I think that showed us who we are, pushed us into more of that mentality of like, okay, this is who we are.
A wild pitch is in play as well with a guy behind that plate that doesn't have much time at catcher this season. You have to be ready if you're George Springer.
And the pitch. Bounces away from Rice. Springer coming home, and the Blue Jays take the lead.
It's not going to be flashy. It's not going to be pretty, but it's our way, and I think that's kind of the best part about it.
Hoffman with a 1-2. Hopped up. Guerrero calls him off, makes the grab, and the Blue Jays take a share of the AL East lead. It's a good day to be a Toronto Blue Jay. An 11-9 win, their 3rd in a row over the Yankees.
You saw it a lot during that Yankee series of we're going to play hard, we're going to do all the little things right, and that is who we are. When we do all the little things right, we win games.
3-2 again. Hit on the ground, fair ball, left field line, bouncing into the corner, into second. Nathan Lucas driving in Wagner and Schneider to make it a 5-3 Blue Jay lead.
I feel like that really taught us who we were, and from I feel like that point on was like, here we go.
The ability to do that against a good team is, that's kind of grounds where you have a really good team and you can take it a long way.
0-1. Swing and a deep drive. Right field, headed to the bullpen. It's gone! Home run, Addison Barger.
Fans were locked in. Both teams kind of knew the importance of it. That was probably the most confidence we'd ever had after that series, of just kind of feeling like we could beat anybody.
And the Blue Jays have just swept a 4-game series from the Yankees and are now alone in top spot in the American League East.
I think that kind of bred the confidence that we can do this.
The Orioles and the Blue Jays in the second game of 3. The Blue Jays victorious last night by a score of 6-1. It'll be Max Scherzer for the Blue Jays.
We're confident as a team that, we're gonna give it all we got from the last out. Every single game that, if we're down, we have, like Max all the time is like, all right, we got this guy. Like we're gonna get to this guy. Even if it's like the 8th or 7th inning, if we're down a couple runs, no one has that feeling of, okay, we're done, just because of the resilience that we have as a team. Like all it takes is one guy at the plate to kind of spark something and, and make something special happen.
1-1. Hit on the ground right side, and through into right field. Marshall in to score, stumbling around to third, Ernie Clement. It's a 1-run game, and the tying run on third after an RBI single by Joey Loperfido.
We don't really panic when we're down. I've been on some teams that were kind of similar, but obviously I feel like I've never came back this many times in a year, so it's definitely a special trait to have as a team, to not give up and they fight through a game. And that's what it's going to take. You're not going to be up every game, so to kind of drop down and to turn it around it's a special thing to do.
You see it like happening, and it's just kind of like what we do now.
It doesn't matter if we are 5 or 6 or 7 runs down. I think we all have confidence that we can come back, and that's kind of our identity this year.
Blue Jays trail 4-3. The 1-1. line, and threw into left center. We're tied. Clemente to score. Andres Jimenez delivers, and Loper Fito's at second as the game-winning run. 4-4 in the bottom of the ninth.
We've proven time in and time out that we can, and I think, one that starts as a belief within yourself, that starts a belief as a team that it doesn't matter what the score is, it doesn't matter, who's on the mound, who you're playing, that you can come back and you can win the game.
Lifted to left center, going to tag at third, Loper Fito. Cowser back underneath. He makes the grab. Here comes Loper Fito. The throw into second, and the Blue Jays win. Alejandro Kirk, the hero. Walk-off, sac fly, and a 3-run bottom of the ninth wins it for Toronto.
Kind of running out of things to say, The fact that everyone's ready to contribute is unbelievable. I've said this before. I wish you guys could be in our dugout sometimes, when things like that are happening.
Wins are wins. Anytime as a team you can just find a way, no matter what the score is, we're going to find a way to win. For us, if we go down early, we have this mentality that we're just going to win. We're going to find a way to, kick, scratch and claw our way back into this. And our offense has that identity. Pitchers smell that. We know if we go out there, everybody knows if we give up a few, if you keep throwing up zeros, this offense is going to come back.
I think there's been multiple times where you kind of look like you're dead in the water, and the next thing you know, you're getting out of there with a win. And again, that just shows you, who we are as a team, kind of our kind of attitude, and how we're built.
Whether it's a bunt or the home run or whatever it may be to win that game that day, it's a great feeling. I mean, the guys are always picking you up, and it's true. It's like what George said. He said it for a very long time. If you take care of the name on the front, it'll take care of the name on the back.
It's a lot of preparation for myself, the coaching staff, to the players. And then it takes buy-in from the players to be ready for any single spot, and it could be anyone, any given night. I think when we deliberately tried to get better at that this year. And then I think when guys are always engaged in a way to help the team win, it leads to more confidence when they are called upon.
A look at second, the 2-0. Swing and a deep drive. Right field, way back. It's gone! We are tied at 6 in Toronto. Slayton's 2-1. Swing and a deep drive. Left field, down for a hit. The Blue Jays win! Alejandro Kirk is your hero as Toronto comes back from down 6-0 to win it 7-6 in extra innings.
It doesn't matter what the score is in the 6th inning, 7th inning, 8th inning. We know we can come back, and we know we can beat them.
Swing and a deep drive. Left center field. Headed back to the fence. It's gone, and this game is tied.
The Blue Jays have turned the game around on back-to-back blasts from Guerrero and Barger.
And here's a swing and an absolute belt to left. Gone! Ernie Clement on the first pitch he sees puts the Blue Jays back on top.
I think when you're all pulling in the same direction and just playing to win, and no one's really worried about themselves, it can be really easy to kind of band together and make stuff happen, and it's been really special.
Ground ball to third. Barger to second, and the Blue Jays win the ball game. Mason Fluharty with the 2 biggest outs of his life.
There's a lot of growing up here in this ball game today.
All the games are big for the Blue Jays right now when you're having this kind of a season. Buck, they're hoping to move a little bit closer to clinching a playoff spot tonight. It is also the major league debut for the top prospect in the organization, Trey Savage.
Yeah, he's 22 years old. He was drafted last year.
Trey, what's up? What's up, Trey? See you again too, man. Officially active and active. You got a little bit of business to do. Okay. Before you can get on that mountain. All right. Most important signature of your life. Maybe second one.
Yeah, there might be another few.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ready, boy?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Let's do it.
Have some fun, man.
I will.
I always tell people, I feel like when it's all said and done for me, I'm gonna remember all the people, the friendships, and the wins are awesome, the plane rides are great, but like It's a lot of the things off the field that I think really matter, you know, just in life in general. So to actually truly want to be around each other all the time is huge in baseball. I mean, it's camaraderie, and it can take a good team and turn it into a great team, and I think that's what the Blue Jays are.
2 outs and his 0-2. Struck him out swinging on a pitch in the dirt. He gets Simpson 9 Ks in 5 innings, a 1-run ball for Trey Savage.
We've really embraced who we are, what we do. There's not one time when a guy doesn't get the job done that somebody doesn't expect the next guy to do it.
The pitch from Kelly. Base hit into left field. And Ernie Clement is rounding third and on his way in to score the go-ahead run.
When you're on a winning team, it's super fun to be around, and then, you know, the clubhouse vibes are always pretty high, and you want to just continue to have that feeling. So you kind of chase it, and then when you get it, it feels good, and you want to keep doing it.
Fisher's 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Braden Fisher with the pitching performance of his life finishes off another Blue Jay comeback as they win 2-1 in the 11th.
This has been such a fun group to play with. I think everybody loves each other, and you spend so much time away from your actual family, but this becomes yours.
Having the trust to go in there and do that with the best team in the AL is unbelievable. The boys, my teammates, are just unbelievable people. We all get along, you know, it's great. Like the other day, had my back, go out there, give up a home run, and they just had my back. Ernie Clement gave me a hug after the game and was like, hey, that's what teammates are for.
Game 2 of 4 tonight between the Jays and the Rays. In this winning streak, and really, Buck, all season long, the Blue Jays have found a way to win close games, executing very well in the little moments that are actually the big moment.
There's like an underlying belief in each other that the next guy, if you're not going to get the job done, you feel really confident that the next guy is going to pick you up. There's been a lot asked of them, whether it's move to a different position or, you know, hey, come off the bench. And those guys are ready when they come off the bench.
High drive to deep right. And there's no doubt about this one. Joey Loperfido hits it out, and it is 6-3 Blue Jays.
Home run number 4 for Loperfido, a pinch hit home run. Everybody on this team has had their moment.
The whole year has been special in the clubhouse. I feel like since day 1 in spring training, we all try to be together, play together, and inside the clubhouse is just a great vibe.
And the 0-2. Got him! Jeff Hoffman gets it done, striking out the last 2 batters of the night, and the Blue Jays hang on, Buck, to win it by a score of 6-5.
Any of the good teams that I've been on in the past, it feels just like this clubhouse where everybody's kind of playing for each other. Everybody understands the common goal. You know, that to me screams championship level team.
It is really special, and it's everybody in there, you know, doing their part. And I think Miles and I are kind of in between, you know, those older, you know, veteran guys and, you know, the younger rookies and, you know, guys in their first couple of years in the league. So we kind of bridge the gap between everybody, and you know, we do our best to bring everybody together.
And we welcome you back to Kansas City for the final game of this series between the Blue Jays and the Royals. The Blue Jays trying to snap a 4-game losing streak, and again, the math is pretty clear-cut. If they win, they clinch a playoff spot. Obviously, they want to do more. They want to win a division. They want to get the bye, but you got to walk before you can run, and a win gets them into the playoffs today. The Blue Jays control their own destiny. Can they find a way to win here this afternoon?
Yeah, that's all you want as a team. The fact that you can control what your fate is going to end up being, and they need to have a good game today. Trey Savage is making his second big league start.
From spring training on, you get closer and closer as a group. Hopefully, if you're in the right clubhouse, you get closer and closer as a group, and that allows you to be confident and comfortable and go out there and play for each other.
1 out, and the pitch to Addison Barger. Ripped on the ground right side and through, a base hit down the right field line. Vladdy jogs around third and scores. Barger racing into second. He's got an RBI double, and the Blue Jays have a 6-2 lead in the 5th.
if you just have one guy that's not really into it, it kind of affects the whole team. So I feel like everyone's just on the same page, and everyone just kind of just wants to win a World Series, and that's the end goal for a team, is trying to win the last game of the year. And when you have everyone on the same page, it makes it fun just outside of baseball.
The 1-0. Ground ball to second. And the Blue Jays are going to the postseason. They beat the Royals here today 8-5, and the Blue Jays have locked up a playoff spot this year.
Everybody in this lineup today made a contribution, and that's the way they've played most of the season.
Definition of selfless. Definition of selfless. It's every single one of you couldn't be more proud to be part of this. We got 22-year-olds, we got 41-year-olds, we got old guys, we got young guys. We have everyone together. All right, this is the first step in where we want to go, right, boys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This is fun to celebrate. Let's go.
Day by day, these games keep getting bigger and bigger. The Blue Jays and Yankees have identical records.
It's natural for guys to feel what's going on around them, and it's natural for guys to want to get to where you want to go to and not have it happen when you want it to happen. So that the Varsh Grand Slam really, to me, kind of, again, let everyone take a deep breath. I think the emotion in the dugout at that point really, really kind of opened the floodgates for the next 3 games after that.
And the 0-2. Drilled, right field, way back. That ball is gone. Grand slam, Dalton Varsho. 4-0 Blue Jays in the bottom of the 6th.
There is the big hit they have been waiting for. What a moment for Dalton Varsho. What a moment for everybody in that third base dugout.
Credit to a lot of our extra guys, to be honest. It's not the everyday guys, it's the extra guys and our pitchers to be able to kind of make the clubhouse light and being able to play cards and just enjoy each other. Even when we lose ball games, like, we're still doing the same stuff when we win. So that's kind of like the big thing behind it, is like, instead of having a loss, everybody's kind of sitting in their locker on their phone and kind of not really being depressed, but like looking back like on the game and being sad about it. It's more of just like, all right, move on to tomorrow, and we're gonna do what we need to do to win that ball game.
Now the 2-0. Popped him up on the infield. Guerrero coming in. So is Clement. Jimenez makes the call and the grab on the back of the mound. And the Blue Jays win it 6-1. 1 down, 3 to go as Toronto ensures it'll wake up tomorrow still leading the American League East.
Toronto tied with the Yankees. They own the tiebreaker. They just have to match New York to clinch their division championship, their first since 2015, over the next 3 days.
Biggest 3 games of the year for the Blue Jays. Tonight, they have one of their better pitchers, Shane Bieber, who they acquired at the trade deadline, trying to take care of business on the final Friday of the regular season.
We always want to plan ahead. We always want to look to the future, but stay present in what's happening now.
They do have that tiebreaker over the Yankees, so they have the upper hand right now, Wayne.
As they think they can handle business here this weekend against the Tampa Bay Rays and finish off the division title.
I think one good spot, if you're a Blue Jays fan or a Blue Jay player, you control your own destiny. If you can win out the rest of the way.
That's when Gosman, Bassett, Springer, all those guys that have done it, that have been in the situation where we want to go, that's when it's nice to pick their brain. What should we expect.
There goes Springer and a fly ball to right center. Lucas gives it a ride. That ball is gone. And the Blue Jays have the lead again. Lucas has driven in 3 tonight. Now, there have been many really unsung heroes for this Blue Jay lineup this year.
Of all of them, George has been kind of the one to kind of take over that role of telling us what to expect and kind of how to prepare. And it's nice having guys in the clubhouse that can kind of lead us in the right direction.
42,184 rise to their feet. And the 2-2 on the ground at third. Backhanded Clement, pumps, throws to first. The Blue Jays win the game. 2 to go. The Blue Jays win it 4-2 over the Rays, and they'll wake up again tomorrow, still leading the American League East.
A win is a win, and they're so precious and so hard to get down the stretch in the month of September.
Doesn't matter how, and it doesn't matter why right now. Only matters that you do it.
John, it seems like Nathan Lucas kind of represents a lot of the things that have gone right for you guys this year. How does it feel for you to see him be the guy in a big moment?
Man, great for him, you know, for a guy that you forget doesn't have that much time in the league and has been through a lot and worn out the minor leagues and been on plenty of buses. He's been great, man. He's been steady, obviously proved he can play at this level.
The task ahead is pick up a win today to keep pace with the Yankees, which means being ahead of them because of the tiebreaker. And the biggest task of all, perhaps today, falls to Trey Yesavage in his Rogers Center debut.
What a season it has been for Trey Yesavage. He has pitched in 4 minor league levels. This kid is well beyond his years. He's 22 years old, but he's pitching like he's 32 and been in the big leagues for 10 years. This is his home debut here at Rogers Center.
This is an enormous game for the Blue Jays.
The main message is you have to live in the present. You know, you can't look at the future. I think kind of the main thing that I always say is if somebody were to come up to you in spring training and say on this date right now, this is where you were going to be, you'd look them right in the face and say, hell yeah, I'm in. And I think one of the biggest things for us is to never lose sight of that, is to understand, you know, where we are, what we've done. Yeah, there's a lot more to go and there's a lot that we wanted to do as a team, but man, have we done a hell of a job of putting ourselves in a position to feel this way.
Just his 3rd major league start. He got him. A perfectly located pitch to strike out Junior Caminero. 5 scoreless innings for Trey Yesavage.
Stay in the moment, do what you can in the moment, and you move on. And at the end of the day, stats don't matter. I mean, nothing matters anymore besides the team. And for us, that's pretty much all I ever say. It's just breathe, boys. Breathe, enjoy the moment, and have fun.
Clevenger to Alejandro Kirk, who crushes it to left field and gone!
Kirk, who had been mired in a long slump, jumps on the first pitch he sees for home run number 13.
That's his first home run since September 3rd in Cincinnati. He's really been scuffling, but that was a patented Alejandro Kirk swing at a high fastball.
Our goal obviously is to win the division and then obviously have the best record in the AL to be able to kind of skip the wild card series and go right into the division series. But obviously worry about today and win today first before we even think about the future.
This fan base is pretty special. The Blue Jays haven't won a division since 2015. And this ball club has recaptured the imagination of their entire fan base.
The number of wins and also the way they've been winning all season long. Backhanded by Kiner Falefa on to first in time. And that's the ball game. The Blue Jays win 5-1. They're still tied. They still have the tiebreaker. They still control their own destiny.
How about Trey Yesavage picking up his first big league win on the final Saturday of the season, getting the Blue Jays closer to the division title?
It's why everyone in the building, it's why we do what we do. It's why we sign up for this. It's why we sacrifice what we do, being away from families and things like that. And this is the exact situation you want to be in, you know. So I think enjoy it really quickly, and then get back to what the task at hand is. But Man, baseball's funny, man. 162 is a lot, and then you look up, and of course, it comes down to 162, right? To try to get to where you want to get to, and I think these guys they'll be ready for it tomorrow.
It's the end of September. It's a beautiful day. The roof is open, and game 162 has a ton of meaning attached to it. What's better than this?
Being resilient, I feel like, is a big word that I feel like people should remember us by. Never giving up.
We knew how hard it is to win a division, and it's one of the best divisions in sports.
The last day of the regular season with so much riding on this one.
It's simple. If the Blue Jays win, they win the American League East.
I've been so fortunate to see a lot of these guys come through the system, go through the system with them, and then be here with them. And there's certain moments that you're never going to forget, and you never know when it's going to happen.
Still the bases loaded with one out. And another 2-2. Slam to left field. Going back, Palacios. Out of here! Alejandro Kirk with a grand slam, and the Blue Jays lead 5-1 in the first.
I actually had goosebumps a little bit when I saw that ball go over the fence in the first inning, just knowing the magnitude of what we were playing for.
I have a feeling, Buck, he will always remember his first career grand slam.
You betcha he will. So will everybody else in that dugout.
Long way to go, but boy, what a way to start.
You know, it started to feel real at that point. And then they creep back into the game, and all of a sudden, you know, a big strikeout from Flew Hardy, who didn't even start the year with us, kind of got us back on track.
Swing and a miss, strike three. Huge punch out, Flew Hardy. Throws his hands in the air to fire up the Rogers Center crowd.
But Kirky, man, it's very, very fitting that a guy who is so quiet and a guy that does so much behind the scenes was the one to really be recognized in that game.
Driven to center field. He's hit it well. It's gone!
My goodness, Alejandro Kirk with the game of his life.
Couldn't call. Good for you, Alejandro.
That's one of the ones that goes down kind of in the franchise's history, where what he did single-handedly captured the American League East.
With the AL East title on the line. Crushed! Right center field! Out of here!
Win or lose, you know, we're going to have fun. We're going to enjoy being around each other. And it's a really tight-knit group. And it's pretty hard to come by in baseball and in sports. It's not, you know, not every year is like that.
The 2-1 pitch. Lined out to right center. This ball headed toward the gap. Ernie scores. RBI triple Miles Straw.
As a baseball player, that's what you show up to spring training for, to be in the playoffs and to win it all. So just having this opportunity to bring it here in October in Toronto is a great feeling.
Still 6 tenths outs to get, but the Blue Jays trying to do something they've never done in franchise history, which is follow up a season where they finished last in their division with a season where they win their division. Next pitch is hit high, right center, pretty deep, low going back, at the wall, it is gone! George Springer to right, the Blue Jays up 13-4.
This is why you play. You play for these moments and you play for these times, and our main goal is, one is, you know, to clinch a berth and, you know, to celebrate that with our fans and, you know, the city, the country, and, you know, let them, you know that, you know, there's going to be some October baseball north of the border. There's obviously a lot more to go, and everybody wants it just as bad as the next guy.
And they are 3 outs away from their 7th American League East Division championship. You can see everyone is assembled and ready to fly over that railing. And a ground ball fair. Guerrero to Lauer, and they've done it.
From last to first, the Blue Jays are the AL East champs in 2025. It's been 10 long years, but they sit atop this tough division again.
A moment that I'll never forget, something that will stick with me forever, was standing by the third base line talking to Hazel and hearing the crowd, hearing their excitement, hearing their support. and looking out and seeing all of the players and all of the staff and all of the support staff out there, it almost took my breath away, seriously, you know. And then you start thinking about, you know, this is year 24 with this organization, or 25. And this has been my adult life, you know. And again, there's more work to do, but I think to sit back in that moment and say, we just won the American League East, and I was lucky enough to lead the group that did it, was something that I'll never forget.
I want everyone to take a second to recognize the group. You feel good for so many people.
Oh, we won all this whole year. This team is unbelievable. We're very thankful with everybody.
To do this in what was the best season for you in a Toronto Blue Jay uniform means what?
Everything. Man, I love this team. I love these boys. We wouldn't be here without everybody here today, everybody who's watching. So thank you for all your support and making this place so fun to play at.
Media credentials. Hey, for one, hey, for everyone in here, congratulations. Congratulations, okay? That's a 20-win turnaround from last year to this year. All right, and it's because of every single one of you guys here. You guys are unbelievable, you're selfless, I say it all the time, and I said the sky's not fucking falling, and guess what? It fucking didn't. All right, you guys kept going about it. You did it the right way. Some people said we did it the hard way, but we did it our way. Let's keep
going. We all want it bad. We do. We want it not just selfishly for ourselves and for me. We want it for the fans too. We want to bring it back to Toronto. It would make it a little bit sweeter on my end, just because of the journey that I've taken throughout this career.
I want it for our whole team. Like, it's just one of those things where you love everybody in that clubhouse. And I mean, Bassett said it the other day. He's like, I've never won a division, and this is the first time in a while where I'm so excited to be able to win this. And so being able to win a division and then being able to do what we do in the playoffs and hopefully get to the World Series and win it, I mean, that's all we can ask for.
What's important now is winning. What's important now is finding ways to win. And I've said that from day one, right? What's important now, W-I-N. If you can keep that in the forefront, you're gonna have success. And then when the games start on Saturday, what's important now is finding out a way to win, finding out ways to continue to count on one another, whether it's players or whether it's staff. You know, we ask each other what's important right now, and let's go find a way to do it.